G'day, Father Kevin here from Bougainvillea, Australia. After a long, hard day at my local parish, the Bougainvillea Episcopalian Church, I settle back with a nice Bundy rum on the rocks and turn on the latest episode of the Bad Boys Unleashed. These boys tickle my funny bone, and they have a Sheila with them now that gives it just as hard as they do. They're a bit tougher than those bloody Yankees, since we're having a crack at getting the word out about the show in the United States of bloody America. I thought I'd put on my tourism cap and tell you what to expect if you come down under. I'd love to see the hosts of this show come down under and wrestle a snake. They're bloody huge, and I'm not talking metaphorically either. In fact, everything's bloody huge in Australia, so big we have to turn it into a bloody tourist attraction. The big banana, the big prawn, the big pineapple, and if it's not big, it'll probably still kill you because it's poisonous. Just the other day, a big salty, a saltwater croc for my US friends, that was over 15 feet long rocked up on the beach and had to go at a couple of sharks. Now for us Aussies, that's just a day of fun in the sun, but I gotta tell you, any tourists would be shitting themselves. So after you've listened to these bloody turkeys jabber on, jump on and listen to the Bad Boys Unleashed, direct from Australia. They go harder than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Bad Boys Unleashed. It's got the big fella's stamp of approval.
I'm just talking. I'm riffing.
We're
Skibbity-bitty-bit-on-bop-up.
That's you riffing.
Is that helping? That's me scatting. Scatting and stuttering is the same damn thing. It's that inspiring message from Scatman John. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, I think you're good. I
2,
think I need
4,
to go
6,
down.
8.
I can't.
Racism is fucking
We're
great.
doing this one raw, dog, because I don't have my headset anywhere fucking near me. It's all the way upstairs, and so.
Are you recording?
I'm recording. So if the audio.
Did you get what I said about racism?
No, I didn't. What did you say about racism?
Nothing.
It's good. Big fan of racism.
No, I had a great game sesh with my cousins last night where we all implied that each of each other's races, which are all just different types of white people, were not actually white and didn't deserve to be included. And it really reminded me of, old time game lobbies.
Are you all Italian? Because
one of us is.
Well,
and we explained to him.
They are very right that he is not deserving of the white race.
I just think
I'm saying this so stone cold right now, not because I'm a sociopath, but because I'm fucking with the levels. There we go. I think
and he's pretty hungover. He can't fuck with levels and be like animated. It's a lot of effort.
It's all my body. It's everything I got in me. There we go. Okay. Fucking yang yang yeet. Italians aren't people, let alone white people.
I've told you about the fascist cartoons where they're so racist they don't think Italians are white. So they say Hitler had a black friend, and they draw Mussolini as a black guy.
Well, yes, correct. I don't know.
No, what? Italians are white, but they're bad. Let's get it clear, listeners. Yeah, Italians are white, but they're bad.
I don't know. Have you seen like an olive-skinned Italian?
We're not doing this.
Are they going to be white? No, it's okay. It's racist.
Because whiteness is only superficially about the color of your skin. It's actually about power and control, which you can tell because different types of people get to be white at different periods of history.
Such as Italians. You guys slipped in under the wire.
Right. Irish people made a deal. If we beat the other minorities with sticks and wear badges, we get to be white.
Yeah, I forgot that Irish people weren't white for a while.
Or they would have said white, but they didn't let people apply for jobs. I think that's why my grandpa doesn't have an accent.
You're white. You're just shitty white. Whoa, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sitting in a jerk-off chair for sure.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of friction, abrasions on that chair. Real. From vigorous pounding. You're
not allowed to wear pants in this chair.
And no fucking way sex in that chair.
Well,
Daniel, if you're listening, I'm not saying you didn't get laid. I'm saying you fucked elsewhere and you jerked, and that chair was for jerking off.
It's a jerk off chair. There's 0% chance he listens.
Whereas, times are tough right now. I got to jerk off and fuck in the same bed. It's what poverty is.
This is Biden's America.
It is Biden's fault. Back when Trump was president, I had a special gaming chair that was totally encrusted, and I had to sell that for gas money.
Totally encrusted. Yeah, now you can't jerk off in a hard-backed chair. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like jerking off in a school desk. Absolutely not.
Never done that. That might be.
Well, now it's on the list.
A little bit.
For all you listeners out there.
I did.
As I slide the next vinyl onto the turntable, go ahead and try jerking off on a school desk. Preferably a college desk. And then the song starts.
Here's
Prison
Blue
in
Oyster
the grass,
Cult.
it's a gas. But can you
I was telling my Alexa to play a song the other day,
Yeah.
and I was buzzed, and I had just smoked, and as I was doing it, I was like, Alexa, you're listening to WLRA 88.1 FM, The Start from Lewis University in Romeoville, Illinois, and next up is Send Me On My Way by Rusted Root. And then Alexa didn't even say what, she just didn't do anything. And I was fucking crushed. and took me straight back down from just having smoked. It was like, oh no, I'm not in college anymore.
Oh, God. Just immediately break down crying.
And then I told her to play Rusted Root, and she did. But
Great song.
it is.
I like how you were hammered yesterday and added me to a group chat with several of your family
I wasn't hammered.
members.
I'm just stupid.
Added me to a group with several of your family members, and the only text message you sent was "Send Me On My Way" by Rusted Roots.
There is a longer text conversation between those two people and my cousin Connor, who was you were supposed to be. And because my roommate, who's also my cousin, said, "Oh, I don't know what song stuck in my head. It's that one from Ice Age. Kellen keeps playing it." And I was like, "It's this song."
But you said
And then you just texted to, I assume, numbers you don't know. I love that song.
I did. Yes, I absolutely did.
Oh, it's just bits, by the way.
It's just bits. Oh my God. And at the beginning of this episode, there was an ad for an Australian podcast. And we didn't mention it for a good fucking 5 minutes. We didn't say anything about suddenly having ads.
That was on purpose. We didn't get paid for it. But.
We did, but we're fucking number 60 in the category improv and podcasts in New Zealand.
Hey, mate. Hi. I like Taika Waititi. Yeah. On for the will of people, mate.
106 in the U.S.
You know I
and
can't
then
grab your ghost chops.
We're number like 80 in Australia. But again, I think the U.S. number is the only impressive one, and the New Zealand and Australian is actually the bottom of the list. But
Yeah, we're
just
number
out of people is all.
We're number 6 in New Zealand, and there are 6 podcasts that get to New Zealand.
We're 60 in New Zealand.
No, what? I'm not going to look at it. So 6. I did use the term to my friends yesterday. We're big in Australia.
Well, we're 106 in America, so we're
That's
in the
that is fairly
category
impressive.
improv. There's a lot of qualifier. We're the best free throw shooter in the rack on Fridays. You know, it's not a
No, but
good
in
a good
improv,
free
there
throw.
are a lot of
Yeah.
podcasts that do exactly this. To be the 106th of them is pretty. And we're
And
just
that's in
getting started.
America.
This is our rookie season, folks.
Yeah, exactly. So fucking when Cassius Winston was the best free throw shooter in the rack on Fridays, it's like, okay, this could go somewhere.
Right. Look for us to break the Big Ten all-time assist record, which is a metaphor for how many times I say something that is right on the bubble of being a racial slur.
The way that we get so good at saying just barely not racist stuff is we do a whole podcast before this where it's just hardcore,
Right, like when you-
non-apologetic racism.
It's like when Goku trains in extra gravity, we say the heavier slurs first, and then it's real easy. Like
to tiptoe around because
Right,
you're
yeah.
like, we've been hammer fisting it all day.
Right. Hammer fist, by the way, is a slur for, I don't know, Polish people. They seem wide.
I want to accidentally stumble upon a slur one day because it sounds like we just did. Just like, actually, hammer fist was what the Nazis said to Polish people. Jesus, damn.
Oh, wow.
God, I wish this was a visual episode because I'm just looking around this room at some fucking astonishing things.
It's a room full of surprises and excitement.
There are just holes in the wall over there. But from
Keeping up the masturbation angle, he fucked those.
No, but they're holes from the other side. So he wasn't in
Right.
this room. And
Like how you
punched
can tell a
hole in
building's haunted if the building is broken in instead of out. The ghost fucked the wall.
No, it'd be out instead of in. Because if a glass...
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I was burgled. Shit.
oh, no.
Oh, no. I now no longer believe in ghosts or the ability of police to solve crimes.
Every time a cop comes to a crime scene, looks like another ghost murder. The murderer was right there. He died in the attack. Murdered.
Okay, so he's dead. Ghost.
Was a ghost. But when did he die? Clearly hours later.
It's clearly this guy. I'm not saying it wasn't that guy. I'm saying the question is whether he did it when he was alive or dead, okay? That's what we figure out. I'm a detective. I'm not here to tell you that he did it when he was dead, but I'm here to ask the question.
You're saying the ghost died from stab wounds?
I'm saying the ghost died from the anger energy that was given off by the knife, okay? That's what humans die from, too. The stab wounds are just a manifestation of
There
that.
is a girl masturbating with a crystal right now listening to this, just be like, finally, somebody got it. Finally, and nobody actually in jail. Nobody actually murders. It's just negative
the
energy.
The crystal, I thought it had positive energy when I stabbed it into his gut, but it turned out to have negative energy. And it had negative energy because he fucked my sister, okay? So he put the negative energy in the crystal.
Really, he stabbed himself.
Basically, yes.
You're just white enough that you can't plead insanity. Sorry about that.
Wait, what?
40. Her. Crystal girl.
No, I know. She's white enough that she can't plead insanity?
Yeah, because she's like the type of white crystals that doesn't have dreadlocks. So they're like, you can't be crazy.
Yeah, white people with dreadlocks. Like, man...
If Eminem didn't do it, you shouldn't fucking do it, dude.
Because Eminem,
he's the only black
would
white
do
guy. Eminem and
Justin
Louis
Timberlake
CK,
gets
rest in
close,
peace.
but he was apparently mean to Britney, and I've picked a side
and
in
he had
that. So fuck
cornrows
Timberlake.
at one point, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah.
Oh my god.
Which is, I mean, the ramen hair is a fun novelty. The cornrows are,
My sister had cornrows at one point.
Wow.
She is so fucking white.
But like, went to the beach and got cornrows once.
Yeah.
Or continuously.
No,
because those are different.
In Jamaica, and she got cornrows.
Oh, that's no. If it's in Jamaica,
and it gave her psoriasis, which is just hilarious. It's not a contagious disease, but that's just when it started.
no. It's just no. The reason that dreadlocks and cornrows are so bad is because those are hairstyles that work for black hair, which is different than white hair. So you're not doing it because it makes sense. You're doing it because black people do it.
Yeah. Well,
there's reasons to use a dark-skinned emoji, okay? But not to do cornrows if you're white.
There's absolutely an entire market that we don't realize that is black people selling white people, black people stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I'm sure, yeah,
on the beach, Jamaicans selling cornrows.
Yeah, and they're all laughing at every white girl that gets cornrows with beads in them.
They're walking away with $1,000 of rolled up 20s, just laughing about it.
They're all gonna get rosacea or whatever your sister got. I forget.
Psoriasis. Not
moderate
psoriasis.
to severe plaque psoriasis. That's a symptom of Crestor. I don't know.
Oh, so it is a contagious disease? The one where your skin's all fucky.
Well, rosacea is also one of those.
I don't know which.
I think psoriasis is caused by your immune system.
Yeah, because my
go
mom has it and she has it, so I assume it's not. I assume it's hereditary. She has like fucked up. I get it the tiniest.
Yeah, they do say that you end up marrying your parents, and your fiance does have an autoimmune disease. So.
That's
AIDS.
the part. Yeah, that would be a great way to lock a guy down. Be like, well, I have AIDS, and now you have it.
So let me tell you something. It's hard to get laid with AIDS, so I think just stick around here. It's going to be easier for both of us.
I'm going to go away for a week or two, and then I'm going to come back, and then you make the decision, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Honestly,
at this point, 2 weeks, go out, go to bars, try and fuck with AIDS, and then come back to me.
It's not... That wouldn't be as bad now as it would have been. To do that in the 80s, that'd be fucked up.
No.
But you can live a decent life with AIDS now.
Now it's a good way to find a wife.
So now it's...
That's what it is.
Now it's okay.
You don't have to... if you want to fuck Margot Robbie forever, you just got to fuck her once. Just get hot enough to
fuck Margot Robbie once. You can be where you can do the Hugh Jackman thing where you don't drink water for weeks so your muscles pop. As long as you are drinking your drug cocktails.
Actually, Margot Robbie would just make you just drank coffee the wrong way. Margot Robbie would just be like, "Hey, I have AIDS. Does anybody want to either A, get free AIDS, or B..."
there are people.
Yeah, or B, fucking just has AIDS and is attractive. And then like 900 Hollywood celebrities would be like, "I also have AIDS. And I would like to smash that Australian ass." Margot Robbie has to be the best thing to come out of Australia. I can't think of him.
I don't know, man. Steve Irwin was pretty good.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just call him Steve
But
Irwin.
I never wanted to. I do want to fuck his daughter. So
Is she old enough? I don't know that she is.
Yeah, she is. She's
Oh,
older
good.
than us.
No.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
She was on TV before we were fucking...
She was on TV as a small child, though.
Yeah, she was... I remember watching her on TV and being the same age as her. So I assume it was filmed a few years prior. She's got to be like 28.
She's 22. She's younger than us.
Oh, she is younger than us.
But she's married. Fuck you.
At 22 and famous, you're married? Get it together.
By which I mean have a worse life, so I feel better about mine.
I'm getting married because I'm not famous. I don't have a choice.
I don't either.
That's why you're getting married? Is 'cause you don't have,
That's why I'm not.
it's an arranged wedding.
You got to get someone.
Well, you can keep telling you, buy a bride, but you don't want to listen.
If I were to ever buy a bride, I would it would be like that thing I do where I buy shelter dogs and release them into the streets.
What?
I would buy a
Don't
wife
do
and then be
that.
like, "You're free. I'm free." You."
Why would you ever buy a shelter dog and then release
I think
it?
they'll be fine out there.
No.
It's this pussy liberal culture that's like we need to.
husky.
It's the nanny state coddling the dogs.
Release a French bulldog into the streets and
No, I
see
release
what happens.
kinds of dogs that should exist into the streets. Yeah,
Huskies.
I don't buy any of the
Fine.
mutants.
Husky, okay.
Yeah, I mean, don't release a husky in like Mexico.
Shar-Pei, absolutely not. That dog is dead on its own.
I feel like but here's the
No,
thing.
a Shar-Pei is fucking
Yeah,
smaller than
that's why there
Shiba.
shouldn't be breeds of dog. It should just be all dogs like
Oh.
that's pipes. Someone
it
flushed the
sounded
toilet.
like a stampede of tiny paws. And it was like all of the dogs are
Which in
running
your
at
life,
once. Yeah.
that's a problem. In my life, that's the freedom from a
Of a
cow.
raccoon in my walls.
Yeah, that's where Ijib lives. Is my walls.
I can never get him out.
Though my walls are a metaphor for my heart, and Ijib is a metaphor for the crystals.
You were stabbed in the heart. Please. see
A
me.
raccoon has stabbed me in the heart.
With the crystal.
With his freakish little hand, he was able to grip the crystal.
They're adorable hands.
Oh no, raccoon hands are creepy. I like raccoons,
What?
but the
I
fact that
love
they have
raccoon
hands is weird.
They're so cute. They got teeny tiny little hands. They're
Yes, little hands for grasping at
they're
you.
better than baby hands.
Absolutely,
Baby hands
they're better
are
than baby hands.
horrifying.
I'd rather raise a raccoon than a baby. Like if the raccoon
Oh,
grew to
100%
talk and
of
grew
that.
into a person.
It'd be awesome.
I wish people started out as raccoons instead of babies. Babies freak me the fuck out. Why do people talk about smelling their heads? That's weird.
Have you, that's serial killer shit. But everybody's like, when you have a baby, you'll know.
And
it's
I'm like, no.
new car smell. Everybody talks about it like fucking
Yeah,
new car
I love
smell.
my child's new person smell.
I guarantee. You mean smells like pussy? That's what she said. Smells like.
I assume they dry it off first and then they smell its head.
Well, yeah, your fingers are dry when they still smell
Just
like
a
pussy.
fucking guy in the OR, the delivery room, like, give it to me. I want to smell it. Let me smell it.
Real fresh. It's still gooey.
Yeah. Can I keep some of the goo? Do you have like a test tube that I can keep some of the goo? Like the bags that you put the fat in when you vacuum it out. Can you put the vag goop from my wife in the bag and I can keep it? This baby's up for adoption.
All right. By the end of that sentence. No. First, they turn to the wife, and then they're like, based on her reaction, they decide if it's adoption or they're getting a divorce. They're like, you cool?
Ma'am, choose between your husband and your child.
Because
Your husband's not going to have your child.
You cannot have both. I guarantee
Harold, you said you quit.
just huffing a bag.
Harold hadn't quit. He had been hanging out outside back alleys by hospitals and just sniffing the babies that didn't make it.
He hangs out in stem cell research labs now.
I knew I hit rock bottom when I was hanging out in dive bar stem cell research labs.
I knew I hit rock bottom when I got my third PhD to study stem cells. You know that somebody made like a new car scent candle, so somebody had to have at least pitched the idea of
Baby smell candle?
All right, hear me out. I just had a kid. You know how new babies smell. You think we can make that into a candle?
You'd have to melt down so many babies.
Yeah, it's like we can't. Here at Glade, we can't consciously make a new baby smell. Like, that'd be making a furnace smell. You understand the issue with making a furnace smell. You can't make a candle that smells like people because it's actively burning. That's the issue.
Also, if you make that candle, it's just a bait car for freaks.
What?
You just leave that candle out. If someone smells it and goes, tackled.
Oh, yeah. The only way you can smell the candle is under a box with a stick suspiciously holding it up.
Yes, exactly.
With a rope tied to it.
And then a SWAT guy yanks the stick and the comically small box falls onto you. And then you get up because the box didn't stop you, and then they beanbag you.
And it says free baby smell.
Oh, fuck. I'm going to get a sign that says free baby smell and just put it somewhere and then see if anyone like...
Do you see I made new shirts? One of them is going to be free baby,
baby smell.
No, because Tyler, I've been having Tyler vet our shirt ideas because the first draft of one I sent to him was, do you want a man, or something like...
Man titties are gay is one of them.
No, yeah, but I said, you want to fuck a baby house. And I sent it to him, and he was like, that looks more like a question than anything else. And I'm like,
hey, bro, you want to fuck a baby house?
Yeah, no. It looks like a
You
proposition.
mean you got a small house that I can fuck?
Somewhere out there, a pedophile is very frustrated because he wants to smell babies, but porn just isn't advanced enough yet. So he's like,
somewhere out there, there's a technology that allows me to smell babies in the comfort of my own home.
He's like, well, if you make baby smell technology real, then I wouldn't have to go smell real babies. So if you think about it,
we should be, working on that. So come on, guys. Harold, stop.
How did this guy get a TED Talk? It's got like a million.
I think anyone can get a TED Talk.
It's just 1 million views on YouTube. Why do people keep watching it? Just the whole TED Talk audience booing, throwing.
Boo, no!
Dude, it's 3 minutes.
Bad smelling babies is bad. Have I made it clear it's not sexual? I just love the smell of babies.
It's like,
we still don't like it.
The whole time he's doing the TED Talk, his wife is holding his newborn baby in the background, just like, this is my wife. She is hot. I fuck her. The baby smells good. Boo, just boo, and
no.
the whole audience like, all right, you have my attention. No, boo.
Smell your wife, you freak.
Just like,
that's a shirt. Smell your wife, you freak.
That's a good one too. Fucking, my wife is hot. Yeah. I fuck my wife. Yeah. I have a baby. All right.
Yeah.
I want to smell my baby in a candle.
No.
Boo.
Jail.
Jail. Get him.
That's who Get him refers to. Baby smellers.
Ah, there we go. We figured it out. Did you see my Get him shirt?
I did. Get him soon.
It's just this podcast. It was a get well soon card, and I saw a get well soon.
Get
and
him
then
soon?
It was the name. I just changed it to get. I was gonna change it to get him now, but I was like, no, get him soon. It's perfect.
Get him.
And then the
get him
Brokeback
soon.
one is awesome too. There's some good designs on there.
Buy our shirts, folks.
Some of the shirt. Don't look through the shit before you buy it, because some of it doesn't make sense what it's on. Some of it's like a hat, but the frame's all fucked up and it's like left a little bit. So it's like, don't just blindly buy a hat.
No, blindly buy it. Just get whatever.
No, just go a few designs over, and it's like, oh, the Brokeback one looks really good on a mug. Doesn't look quite right on a t-shirt. Get the mug. There's one, the Brokeback one, also great for a mask. Not really great on anything else. Get the mask.
Look, we're making this hard on you because we don't have to make it easy. You want these things. You need these things. We don't have to bring them to you. You'll figure it out.
Can you do the speech from the cookies are for or coffees for
I
closers?
don't know that speech. And cookies are for closers is from the Boss Baby.
And that's the whole speech. It's just that line.
It's I don't know. Does your wife
always be selling speech? Is that
always be closing? Is ABC is always be closing?
Is that
it's something like I don't know? Does your wife think you're pathetic? Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing. Yeah,
that's not that. That's
that is
Wall Street,
yeah.
but also good.
Yeah, it does.
Does your wife think you're pathetic? Good.
pick up
Smell
the phone.
a baby.
No, I was gonna go something with like, does your baby not smell good enough? Good. Pick up the phone and start dialing.
Oh, wait, no.
My baby smells great. She came out of Margot Robbie.
Nice. Oh, yeah, he did have a kid with Margot Robbie in the movie.
Well, I mean,
yeah, I know,
Jordan Belfort had a kid with some New York lady.
He had a fucking sex scene with Margot Robbie. I have no...
Leo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucked someone hotter than Margot Robbie. She was like 17 at the time, I'm sure. But
Does Leo like him young?
I thought so. Not.
Or
He
could he
doesn't like
just-
him too young. He likes him too young for his age.
Or does he just like him stone cold hot as fuck, and sometimes they're 18?
I think he started dating 22-year-olds when he was 22, and he hasn't stopped. And he's now older than 22.
If they're old enough to get into a bar, I can look past some stuff. If you're 50 and they're 21, as long as they're not... If they can't get into the fucking bar... Absolutely not.
Yeah.
That's my line right now. I'm 24. That's my line.
I don't know. I've never been 50, so...
Oh, hang on. We got to go back to does your life suck? Pick up the phone and buy our merch.
Oh, yeah.
That's the,
Yeah,
get
can you not get
online
laid?
and-
Pick up the phone and buy our merch. No, we do this like OxyClean. You got to call now. This is a limited time offer,
Get
folks.
online and buy our shirts. Does your
Do
girlfriend...
people hate you because you smell babies all the time? Don't buy our merch, freak.
Are you Italian?
Do not
Kill
buy our
yourself.
merch.
And pick up the phone and end your fucking life.
Pick up a phone, call a suicide hotline. Do not listen to their advice.
Call the suicide hotline. Not the suicide hotline that talks you out of suicide. The suicide hotline that
talks you
sends
into
somebody to kill you. The number is one number away. A suicide hotline.
Hello, suicide hotline. Not the one where we kill you, the one where we help you.
Oh, thank God
Okay.
you moved that. Thank you, God, you moved that disclaimer to the front instead of the end of this conversation.
Okay, yeah. I've got it. No, I've learned how to tie a noose, and yeah, my ceiling fan definitely is rated for that weight. How does this help me not kill myself? Not kill yourself. Not again. I love Seinfeld. That blurp is him dropping.
The rope snapping tight. Taut.
You know, thought that I could make it through my life,
you
but I knew that
call
if
the-
one more thing went wrong, I was going to end it. You know what went wrong? I dialed the wrong suicide hotline.
I do like the idea that it's like suicide hotline 7062, suicide kill yourself hotline 7063.
Right.
It's the only difference between the two. Ooh, this gas station coffee makes me want to vomit.
I think that's the hangover. I'm fine.
Touche.
I did get everyone black
Did you
coffee.
call
though.
the wrong suicide hotline?
Pick up the phone
and buy our merch.
but go to the right website, you idiot.
Don't go to link.tree /itsjustbits.
That's a different thing. It's a website that teaches you how to kill yourself.
Everything adjacent to our exact website address will convince you to kill yourself.
So you type hunt and peck. Do not assume you can do this on your own.
linktr.ee /itsjustbits with 2 S's will convince you to kill yourself.
Because it's just bits, and the S stands for suicide.
It's just bits suicide. It just bits. Also suicide.
That's going to be a label in marker on a hard drive. It's just bits, parentheses, suicide. And they're going to be like, this is the episode where they killed themselves and it's evidence. Because they were made to do it by a fraudulent suicide hotline.
Oh, by the way, we have to do...
An episode where we kill ourselves? Yes, but
absolutely.
later.
Once we get... what we have to do, if we want to be the most famous podcasters ever, is right after we go on Joe Rogan, blow our brains out.
Well, I was just saying because like I'm doing okay today, so like let's not today.
Oh, okay.
I've still got some gas left, but 35. Ask me again.
You're gonna call me up and be like, "It's time." Like when they're assembling a crew for stuff, and some guy is just doing the dishes, and he picks up the phone. It's time,
And then he like breaks a dish and kills his wife because he was just with her for cover. I was thinking of the movie Paddleton, where there's literally a scene where a guy goes, "It's time for me to kill myself," and he does.
I was thinking of Paddington
Nope.
the whole time you were talking.
No. The bear's fine. He's alive. Mark Duplass's character in the movie Paddleton, however, is dead.
This is the suicide hotline situation. Movie Paddleton. It'll make you want to kill yourself. Movie Paddington.
It almost does make you want to kill yourself because it's a
The
great
movie
experience
Paddington.
that he has with his friend. So it is like, man, if I got a terminal disease, maybe me and my friend would get along better.
That is low hopes for friendship. Maybe I should get cancer so we can be closer.
The song Last Resort is about trying to save a friendship.
Suffocation, no breathing.
Don't give
You're
a
a
fuck.
good friend.
Thank you for choking me.
Yeah, well,
You can't go to
Oh.
heaven if you commit suicide. So, like Vikings think that you can't get to Valhalla unless you die with an axe in your hand.
battle, yeah.
So it's nice of your enemies to like put an axe in your hand before they stab you. In Christian culture, you can't get to Valhalla or whatever they call it if you. I don't. There's lots of reasons, but if you commit suicide, so it's nice for people to kill you because you want to.
Thanks,
you
buddy.
live in Europe in the time when Catholics are in charge.
thanks, buddy. I owe you one.
I'm not paying this one back. Seriously though, my vision's pretty blurred.
Just take whatever you want on the way out. We'll call it even. I'm not going to need it.
There's got to be a Craigslist ad of that, right?
Oh.
I need someone to kill me. In payment, you can have my stuff.
Or like, well, yeah, absolutely. Or like a guy who is about to kill himself, so he gives away all his stuff, and then his friend, did we do this bit already? He gives away all of his stuff, and then he survives a suicide attempt, and he wants to live, but now he has nothing. He's like, I gave away, and he gave his car to like his friend, and he's like, I can't just I gave him a Lexus. I can't
He
take
that
sold
back.
his car. He tried to talk me out of it too. He wasn't like a dick about it. It was just like, ooh, gimme. He was like, no.
And if
but
you
I
go
didn't
back
do
to that guy, like, I don't have to do it. Can I have my car back? No, I told you not to do it, and you decided to do it. Fuck you. I gotta get my kids to school. All right.
I sold my car to fucking pay off the rest of this car. This is my fucking car. You gave me a car.
Gave me a half paid off car.
He gave me a car that was upside down.
You killed yourself because of the car payments, okay? Do you understand how that's shitty to give me that car?
It was like
It's like you're
you
giving
gave
the
me a
monkey's
fucking
paw to
monkey
people.
paw. Yeah, you gave me a fucking monkey paw, dude. And you know what I did? I beat the monkey's paw.
This is the fucking puzzle box from Hellraiser, this car. And I solved it.
No, this is the movie, the STD movie.
It follows?
Yeah, nice.
But with Alexis.
Yeah, but with Alexis, and I beat it.
No, It Follows with Alexis. The It Follows creature has a car. It just gets you real fast because it's in Alexis.
No time. Oh no, It Follows is the real life come to like movie of the Twitter debate. You get unlimited money, or well, you don't get unlimited. You get laid, I guess. But from now on, forever, there's a snail.
I thought that was money. It was you get $1 million, but a snail is chasing you.
Yeah. But in this case, you get laid.
I guess I
once.
listen to podcasts of people who get laid, so they don't need to like make a deal with a demon snail to fuck. They're like, no, I'd like money.
In this case, you get laid once, and that's It Follows. And then the demon snail follows you forever. Which, I mean, always the answer is put a glass over the snail. Or a bell on it.
Yeah, that's why It Follows is so scary, because they don't make glasses as big as a guy. As big as a creature that looks like your mom because the filmmaker wanted to fuck with you. Didn't that happen? Doesn't that turn into a guy's mom?
Yeah, it does a few things.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know it turns into a few different people. I like the tall guy with no eyes. There's one scene where like they're
I
having a
haven't
normal
seen it in a while.
conversation, and then the tall guy with no eyes like casually walks into the room, and there's like a beat before everyone's like, "Whoa, fuck!"
well, nobody can see it, but
Oh, that's probably why there was a beat. Yeah.
because they're like, huh.
I mean, good for that one incel kid that was like, "Finally, I can fuck by. I'll take the STD monster."
Thank God.
By the way, if I
And then
got it, I
died
would
immediately.
die. I can't flirt under pressure, so I would be like, "Can we? We gotta go now."
Well, see,
And then she'd be like, "No, you're acting weird."
the move is marry somebody and then just pass it back and forth to them, because it doesn't, like, if you fuck, it resets. So
So
It's
you
not-
just keep fucking fast enough that it's like, I go over, I know I go over here, I gotta go over here,
exactly.
I gotta go over here. Wait, no, I gotta
you're
go over here.
playing monkey in the middle with a fuck monster.
No, but if you're far enough away from it, that's going to be helpful, then you have to be together to fuck, and it's going to be in the same general direction.
Yeah, so it'll be... What I'm saying is... So there was a scene on a boat where she fucked a dude on the boat, and that bought her like 8 hours, even though the thing was on the fucking beach next to her.
Because it's got to walk.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it bought her so much time. I guarantee that dude was... It could have murdered him in 15 minutes, but it bought her a bunch of time. So I think there's a reset period where it's like, once you fuck, there's 6 grace hours where it disappears.
This is not canon in the movie. What the fuck are you talking about?
But there was... Every time she fucks, it buys her time.
I think because the other person evades it for a while, was what I thought. And a guy on a boat has a boat.
But it only evaded it for like 8 hours. All right, let's say...
If you're being chased by a demon, I think 8 hours is like a respectable journeyman amount of time to survive it.
Well, that's the move. You get a 8 hours? No.
You gotta fuck Usain Bolt is the thing.
Real hard to catch that guy. Well, no.
But first you gotta catch him.
Always walking. Oh, God, the opening of that movie, I forgot about, where he fucks her and then ties her to a chair. And I thought this...
Right, which when I watched it, I was like, that is not to your advantage, sir. You want her to get away.
Well, he did all the right things, but he wanted to prove to her that it was fucking for real and shit.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, no, because he was explaining the rules to her. So, but it was like just a giant turn in the movie, because I don't watch the trailers if I know it's a good movie, so I just got right into it. So the movie starts, guy fucks, then ties her to a chair, and I'm like, it's the other way around, buddy.
That's not gonna go good for you.
Yeah, really. Like, you already fucked. Why would you tie her?
I like the idea of he's like standing there watching it kill her, like, finally, and then as soon as it's done killing her, he's like, I forgot how this works. Damn it.
All right, from the top.
Hold on, come on, give me a mulligan. Give me a mulligan, sex monster.
It's a good movie.
Imagine being on a plane and seeing it walk on.
Christ,
You're done.
Oh yeah, you get unless you fuck somebody on that plane, but that'll only buy you time.
you have got to get to the Mile High Society, like everybody on that plane. And they all better be good.
You
fighting.
have to be the most charming motherfucker and turn this plane into an orgy, and then you ping pong ball it
and
around.
confuse the thing.
Exactly.
I wonder if you did an orgy, would you confuse it? Well, what are the rules?
He got DP'd by 2 people. Does that give you like 2? Well, see, the thing is,
who's you gotta go for first? Does the demon follow the sodomy rules of the state it's in?
If you want to be, if you really want to get away from the sex monster, what you got to do is be a gay dude in the 80s. Because how is he going to keep up?
The thing is, the thing that it's a metaphor for will then get you. So that won't work.
It's like, I keep trying, the sex monster, just like, I keep trying to kill these guys, but they keep dying before.
Yeah, the It Follows monster had a very lean 80s.
It was like, I got into books. I read a lot.
The It Follows monster hates bisexuals because one bi guy went from straight people to it's in the gay community, and now it's like, God damn it!
It's so hard. I can't keep up.
They have different sexual mores than straight people, and they keep fucking a lot, and I'm so confused.
So is there like an orgy scene where it's just like, now this guy racked up like 40 people ahead of him?
I'd like to see an orgy scene where the It Follows monster is like freaking out, like, I can't, what? Like hyperventilating, like, I can't keep track of whose dick was that, and what, well, I don't even, what?
Like a dog when you throw too many tennis balls. It just
It's gone nuts. Why? The It Follows monster should have killed itself, because it did fuck that guy while it was killing him.
No, that's how it kills people. Through it's not always a snapped neck. It usually sucks your dick and then kills you.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it just did it to that one guy. I haven't seen it since it came out.
Oh, I think man, it's hard to keep track. It's a good movie.
You're thinking of your ex-wife.
Well, already? We're exes? We didn't even get married yet.
No, this is not Kylie, a different ex-wife.
Yeah, the praying mantis that I fucked.
Yeah, I told you not to.
Oh, it's essentially a praying mantis, the situation.
Oh, I just remembered a very funny joke I saw on TikTok. It's just other people's bits. Did you know that pigeons die after sex?
No.
The one I fucked did.
That was some dude at the Terminus Theater does that joke, but it's about chickens.
Oh, well, that feels appropriate to the Terminus that they would do chickens.
We went to the Terminus last week. Boomhauer was still there. It's awesome.
Wait, really?
He's there every week.
Stop calling him Boomhauer, by the way, because he is different. He's
Fuck,
different.
It's a pretty good... It's like... I didn't have anything. I thought I had something.
It's twangier than Boomhauer.
But it's a pretty good comparison.
I'm being oppressed by the silence in this room. I don't like this soundproofing phone.
It's too good.
It feels like I'm in an actual recording session instead of talking about fuck monsters.
It's bad that our audio quality just absolutely peaked in this episode.
And we're not going to be back here next week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could be back here.
I'm not driving out to fucking... For people who live in New York, I'm in the equivalent of Jersey right now.
It's gross. There's a lot of Italians. This house is owned by an Italian. So
it is?
Mike, he's Italian.
Oh, okay.
Or he's one of those type of Irish who just really wants to be Italian. Either or. If we call him Italian, he'll be happy.
Yeah, I don't know. This house reminds me of The Sopranos, which I've never seen.
Every Irish person who, because there's so many Irish people out there who are like, oh my God, I want to be Italian so fucking bad.
Yeah, it's a whole thing in Goodfellas.
Yeah, so every one of those persons saw The Mick and was like, this fucking movie.
The Mick?
The movie with Robert De Niro where he's...
The Irishman. The Mick is just a slur and a Caitlin Olsen sitcom.
The Irishman. But, I mean, The Mick.
Sure.
Technically not wrong. But
I guess, yeah.
Also technically wrong, so...
Technically is the way that it's wrong.
Well, anyways, all of them saw The Irishman and was like, this is my life. This movie. That's me up there.
You've got a lot of Irish people that wish they were Italian, and every other white guy no, I'm 45% Irish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then there's also a bunch of white people who are Polish, and they're like, I'm Irish. Yeah.
And the Irish were slaves, so, I get to say
it. What, Mick? Sure.
Yeah.
No, Ginger. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Dyslexic Ginger. You get it.
Dyslexic Ginger. It's a good band name, but certain people might think it's coded to appeal to them, which it would not be.
Dyslexic Ginger? No.
Dyslexic Ginger would be a great band. Oh, put that on a fucking t-shirt.
Dyslexic Ginger. Ooh, that's actually a good t-shirt, Dyslexic Ginger.
Yeah.
Or
just put the N-word on a t-shirt, and then if anyone gets mad at you, say, I'm dyslexic, I'm trying to say ginger.
Or just a picture of Ed Sheeran, and then...
Is he dyslexic? He's cross-eyed, that's why he can't spell.
No, but he's a ginger, so it'd be funny.
He's the bad kind, too.
Oh my God.
I'm the good kind of ginger. Ed Sheeran's the bad kind.
Oh, that'd be so funny. Just a picture of Ed Sheeran and then the N-word underneath it.
What?
Oh my God!
Are you saying he is one? And do you think that's good? What are your beliefs, sir? I'm not trying to get in a fight. It's just the shirt. It's just what I believe.
A peach impact font, not white, just peach. So it matches his skin tone.
And the guy wearing it refuses to explain. He's like, it's just what I believe. I don't want anybody to get triggered over it or whatever. No, but what do you believe? It doesn't make sense what you believe.
I don't understand.
Look, don't cancel me for it. Don't get offended. It's my political beliefs, okay? No, but what?
What stance are you taking? Ooh, that's what we do. We use Brendan's picture.
Brendan is our friend, and he's not black.
Because he was on Tragedy Jokes, and he has a good job. He's like, I'm worried about this being canceled or whatever the fuck. So it's funny.
I'm not.
If we... Yeah, same.
Australians have no power over my employment.
Be crazy if they did. There's so few.
Oi, mate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, too bloody offensive. Got to stop working at that channel I don't watch.
Mm-hmm. Don't even get it over here.
Again, I'd like to apologise. You're all loyal listeners. And I'm making fun of you. You still have any clocks down there? Well, I'm going to the Bordello. Just trying to vamp until you're done with your granola bar. Which every time we do a podcast, you nearly die eating a granola bar.
I do try and eat it in one bite.
Yeah, I bring all my groceries in one trip, but that's because I'm a big, strong boy. I did do that yesterday, and I realized I'd bought mostly the wrong groceries.
What? How did you buy the wrong groceries?
Usually when I buy paper towels, I also buy toilet paper. And what we needed yesterday was toilet paper and garbage bags. And I didn't buy garbage bags because I have the brain of a donkey. Thank you, me, for reminding me to get garbage bags on my way home tonight.
You gotta be, well, what we gotta do is post the podcast and you gotta listen to it.
Fuck. No, I'll listen to it at home and go, fuck. I gotta go buy garbage bags.
God damn it. Fucking great.
Everything should just be delivered to your house by robots. And you should be allowed to
Jeff
call the
Bezos
robots
is
whatever you
trying
want.
to make that app. Just a picture of a robot. I don't know, man.
Okay, no, that's actually what we should do. Because that people might think that means something. That's the one that'll really drive people insane. This is my opinion on the automation. No, I guess that's just how the white workers get mad at black people for taking their jobs and Mexicans for taking their jobs. It's automation they now associate with black people. Because in our cyberpunk shitscape, everyone's mad at the robots, which are a metaphor for
taking our jobs. A metaphor for taking our jobs? No, they're
taking our jobs as a metaphor for racism.
Sure.
Is that what iRobot was about?
What was it a metaphor for? No, innovation. It was like because he was wearing Converse, so it was like fucking don't innovate.
And he had a robot arm.
No, I love the idea. The things like don't ever innovate is like, yeah, just don't change. You're fine.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
That's what all old people do. It's a problem. It's a reason.
Yeah, and also Will Smith.
There are quite a few people in politics that have just been trying to figure out a way to be like, okay, so how do we not use the word segregation, but, do it?
It's called redlining.
And one of them's Kamala. But this time instead of skin color, can do like income or...
Right, but then can we make sure that the skin color income is like kind of correlated? And then we'll pick like 50 black people to make rich. So then we can say, well, now it's not racist anymore. See? He did it. Jay-Z did it.
Jordan Peele did it.
He's good, though.
Michael Key did it. I'm not...
No, but Jay-Z's bad.
Being picked out of poverty is not make you a bad person.
No, they weren't... but they're actually funny. I guess Jay-Z's a good rapper, too. But him and Beyonce have sweatshops or something. Slay Queen.
What? She's literally a queen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of sweatshops.
I mean, we are all reminded of the Eric Andre quote where he asked Mel B from the Spice Girls, do you think Margaret Thatcher had girl power? And she's like, absolutely. Do you think she effectively utilized girl power by funneling money to death squads in Northern Ireland? I don't think so. I think girl power is more like wearing pants if you want to and a skirt if you want to. Don't kill my distant relatives, though. Or anyone. Like, I don't know, don't be friends with Ronald Reagan would be nice.
But he started the war on drugs, which is a good thing.
No, drugs are good.
What?
You're wearing a tie-dye shirt.
Just entirely changed. No.
Wait a minute. Excuse me?
For real? Immediately starts doing heroin.
Do you like the song Blinding Lights?
I do.
Well,
it's about
thank
cocaine,
drugs.
Right?
Also, do you like
it's most ecstasy,
songs? Do you
right?
like most songs? Thank drugs.
Paint It Black? I don't think that's about...
It's not about drugs, but the Stones were probably pretty drugged up when they wrote it, is what I'm saying.
It's stunning that Keith Richards is still alive.
This goes further to prove my theory that if you are good at doing unhealthy things, they're better for you than healthy things.
Dude,
Keith Richards also has a leather liver.
Then Nikki Sixx's story is fucking wild. The guy in the ambulance, the only reason Nikki Sixx lived is because they gave him like triple the dosage.
Because Nikki Sixx is not dying on me.
Nikki Sixx, yeah, which is great argument. Absolutely. So he gave him like 3 injections to the fucking heart.
There is some family that guy was like, well, there's only so much you can do. And they're like, hey.
He
wasn't as good at the base, but come on, man.
the fucking bassist for like Rat,
Or
He's just
the
like,
bassist for the Sex Pistols, who did die of a heroin overdose. I think, didn't he?
What's his name?
Sid Vicious.
Okay. Sid Vicious.
No,
is big enough.
Sid Vicious was in an ambulance, and someone was like, Sid Vicious can die on me. his cover of My Way was ass.
Sid Vicious is gonna die on me.
Yeah, sorry.
Sid Vicious is still conscious. Please.
Wait, no, come on. I want to.
I'm okay. I think I'm gonna pull through.
Make it. No.
Nope.
This is not an adrenaline needle. I am just stabbing you with a big needle.
In the heart. Puts a hole in there.
Goodbye, Sid Vicious. Hello, Gary Oldman. It's the 90s.
What? Okay, so you want to hear something fucking crazy? I was at the hospital the other day, and I got an IV.
Sorry about your body.
I got an IV, and there was visibly air in the IV.
It's good for you. You get more oxygen in your blood.
It's supposed to kill you.
You get more oxygen in your blood.
Because it used to be like a big plot. It's like, how did the murderer do it? Well, he injected air into their veins, and it's hard to tell if you die. And I had an IV in my hand, and I was watching air go.
Yeah, there's not supposed to be air.
Yeah,
that's why doctors squirt a little bit out when they do needles.
I was just watching air go into my veins. I was like, I'm fine. So we're okay.
If it doesn't hurt, it's fine.
But
that's why I don't do heroin, because needles hurt.
I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and trust, because it would have been wild if I just started blacking out,
Just like,
and that's
and your last thought is, I guess it's true.
I literally was gambling with my life. I was like, no, I put my life in her hands. I was like, she knows what she's doing.
Which is funny because a lot of times, sometimes I don't.
Oh yeah, that could have been the time. Absolutely could have been the time.
Well, my dad is a paramedic and a fireman, but they also have to be paramedics.
Have him call in and tell me why was I supposed to die and I just made it?
Well, he's listening now, so Dad, call Connor.
Just text Kellen and tell.
No, call Connor. It's way funnier. No, anyway, but a lot of times a nurse will be trying to find, like, my mom was in the hospital at one point. She's fine. And they were trying to find a vein on her, and the nurse couldn't do it. And my dad was going insane because he can do it. He's not allowed to. He's also delivered, I think, 3 babies, none of them me or my sister, which I think is very funny.
That's badass. Did he get, like, their middle name or anything cool like that?
I don't think so.
Did he get the law of surprise?
He got to smell it first.
Anything nice? Uh-oh. Your dad might not be allowed to listen to this podcast anymore. Wait, is your dad Italian? Tell me he's not Italian. Oh, no. Get out?
No, I think that the Italian in my family has married into it.
Well...
No, my dad and all his siblings all did marry different types of Catholics, which I think is funny.
Did it, like, tear apart your grandparents?
You're marrying that Diego.
It's so funny thinking about racism towards, like, Italians and Irish people. Like, now, because
it's over now.
Yeah, because...
So now it's funny.
It's a celebration.
Does that mean that in a post-racial society, it is going to be hilarious to talk about the racism that's bad right now?
Slavery. You remember the George Floyd protest?
Yeah, because I'm like, no Irish need apply. I have a job.
Yeah. Jesus. Remember when we had to say
based on the way modern Irish Americans are about how it was bad to be Irish at one point, do you think that black people in the future are going to be like,
no, because
doing what I'm doing now?
Black people have had it just way it's clearly
they never do get to be on top.
It's clear that racism can end. There's a pathway because Irish people used to be
it can end for someone.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying, so there's a pathway. Just whatever fucking, I don't know specifically.
No, but there's got to be someone.
Oh, yeah.
A certain type of people can get out of it.
Black people start being more racist towards Mexicans. That's all I'm saying.
No, why no? Which kind of...
Well, no, because the Irish got on top by being racist and beating probably black people. Come to think.
Well, actually, we got on top by starting to have solidarity with blacks and Mexicans, and then real white people were like, And
then
we're gonna let you guys be white. And also,
it's like, oh no, the Irish
and also drugs are illegal
organize. Oh no, Irish can organize. If any drug should be illegal for Irish people, it should be alcohol.
Fuck
just
you.
so we're clear.
Fuck you.
I'm just saying, if there's a drug that should be illegal for Irish people for their own protection, it should be alcohol.
That is you're doing to a society the equivalent of making an alcoholic quit cold turkey. You will kill them.
Every Irish drug. Well, there's how you do the Irish genocide.
Take their potatoes. That one worked.
That wasn't. Was that a?
Yeah.
I thought
During
it was-
the Irish potato famine, Ireland was an exporter of food.
What?
Guess who too? It's the bad guys for all of history until just now.
America?
Well, I mean, it was Romans, but then it was the English.
Yeah, the English have been the bad dudes for a while. Well,
They're still
would
not
you
great.
consider America part of the English Empire still? Because right? Yeah.
I mean, we broke away and then started doing the same thing.
But we're still, and we're pretty tight with them.
I mean, the lesson is that the crown rests on different heads, but the empire is the empire.
Yeah.
And you should
Get 'em.
get them.
God. Well, now when I say I love this country, I have to realize that I love white people, is what I should be fucking saying.
Well, you can love America as long as what you mean by
I
America
don't.
is like, no, but like the people, or like there's pretty areas in it. And I do kind of like how whenever you try to tell American stuff, they're like, yeah, fuck you. I do. That's cool.
I like that mentality. I
Right.
do like that.
But when I say I hate America, I mean the American government, which is really the only recognizable thing that unites all of America, except for sports. But I don't know if we even all like those anymore.
I know people who stopped watching basketball because it got too
Because they
political.
realized that there were black people?
They literally no, I can't. I'm not gonna watch football. It's too political. I'm like, because sometimes people kneel before the game,
Right.
and then play the whole game.
Yeah.
Or the back of their shirt says "Stop killing black people,"
Right,
and they're like, well, "How dare you?"
The Chiefs are still called the Chiefs, but they put end racism on the back of the helmet, and that's too political for me. By the way, singing the national anthem and having huge displays of military power fly overhead, that did not register to me as political. A guy kneeling means he wants the troops to die.
Because it's literally you're fucking not respecting the guy that laid down his life so that you could fucking have no weddings
So that
with
you could
people
have
alive in the Middle East.
So that you could be in the underclass of a better country than the Middle East.
so that you could not rise above anything.
I really don't know how to criticize people who are mad at Kaepernick because, on the one hand, yeah, the military's bad. Some of the troops suck. But also, he's kneeling because that's what a troop told him to do.
What?
He originally was going to sit on a bench during the national anthem, and then a troop said, that's kind of disrespectful of the anthem, but I like what you're doing. How about instead you kneel?
No actual fucking way.
And because
Oh my
and
God.
because the manner of protest was never their real complaint, of course, Rush Limbaugh, rest in shit, was mad about it.
I like rest in shit.
Yeah.
Well, it should be rest in piss. Pee.
That's a good one. Rest in piss. I mean, there's a new gender-neutral bathroom coming into the world, wherever they bury him.
That's a good one.
That's not mine. That is
I
every
assumed
gay
it was
person
a
on the
Tumblr.
internet is like, it's so progressive of Ronald Reagan to have created a gender-neutral bathroom, and then it's a picture of his grave.
Fucking great. I was don't support. The only union you should not support is the police union. Actually, you know what? Support the police union. Don't support the police because unions.
No,
are
they don't
bigger
get a union. Unions are the good thing for
Everybody
unions
gets a fucking
is
union.
working class solidarity, and they're class traders. So
Fast
I
food
don't
gets
want
a
them to have a
fucking
union.
union.
It's in their interest to have a union for the same reason it's in our interest, but those are contrary to each other.
Whatever.
Contrary.
I found out
Mary?
fucking my friend who's a cop. Friend is a loose term.
Don't
His
introduce us.
union dues are $19 a paycheck. $19 a paycheck, and he gets triple the fucking the pay of if he was not in a union. I'm like, huh.
Yeah, no, unions are good for the people in them.
Yeah.
And I mean, cop unions are better because they get like all of the coronavirus stimulus.
Oh, for real?
That's a developing story in Chicago. About a third of the coronavirus stimulus went to the cops. And then they gave me a parking ticket, which is the only bad thing they did.
Thank God they stopped doing all those things once they got all that money.
Yeah, no, that's the solution is if there's an organization that hits people with sticks when they're like stop hitting black people with sticks so much and killing them and getting away with it. You want to give them more money is what'll fix that.
Oh yeah, once they're well funded, they'll upgrade from sticks.
Yeah, and if they're still doing it, if they start using all of that money to buy tanks, you need to fund them better.
Because they're literally, cops are like, the police budget is viciously doing what the CIA does, and it's like, well, if we don't spend all our budget this year, we won't get a bigger budget next year. They're doing it blatantly and in our faces, and still people are like, how are you going to cut the police budget? Clearly, they're using it.
Yeah,
like,
and also
fucking
rich
what?
people are starting to get scared because
So they're like, yeah, arm the cops.
Because at some point the taps are going to start flowing, like literally happening in Texas, and if that happens in enough places,
What happened?
Oh, in Texas, like people's water and gas are shut off
Because of the snow.
because of the snow and the fact that Texas's power grid is its own power grid and mostly privatized. Yeah, no, it's bad. And we're gonna by the way, in the description, there's gonna be a couple of Venmo accounts that you should send money to because they're doing mutual aid in Texas and getting people food and shit.
What's the one that I like? Not the Texas one, but it's like the ASPCA for people. That's the only way that I can remember to explain it.
I don't know.
It takes
What?
civil rights cases to court.
ACLU.
ACLU, thank you. That's
Just because it's an acronym with an A and a C. God damn it.
No, because the ASPCA protects the rights of dogs. So literally,
Yeah,
they go to
if
court
the ACLU
over...
was the ASPCA for people, they would be breaking into prisons and getting people out.
Yeah,
like how the ASPCA, I assume, well, those are animal cops. I don't like the ASPCA.
Well,
They're animal cops.
get them. Get them soon.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the ASPCA does. I watched so much TV about them as a kid, but
Well,
I
the
don't know what they do.
ACLU is my favorite, but it has nothing to do with to help.
They're good, but sometimes they take on bad cases.
Send me those links.
Sometimes they'll be like, well, yeah, I'm going to send you that. Sometimes they'll be like, we're going to protect the free speech of Nazis. And I'm like, well, I don't want to. That makes me want to donate less.
You can't pick and choose, which is good that they're not, but...
No, you can. I can say free speech is good, but I'm not going to help you do your bad kind of it.
Well,
also, if Nazis are fighting the U.S. government, let them fight.
well,
They'll realize they're on the same side eventually.
I'm not. I shouldn't be the guy saying anything because if anybody on this podcast could easily get an excerpt taken that I support Nazis, it would be fucking me.
I don't know. I say a lot of things sarcastically in the same tone that I say
everything else.
Everything.
I don't support Nazis, but I do understand
Was that sarcastic?
that a lot of times in, like, if you look back in history, it was like, well, yeah, we took freedom of speech from Jews because we believe the Jews are bad, and then later they were able to parlay that into, well, now nobody has freedom of speech because you took it from our class.
Okay,
so
no, Nazis aren't a class.
but. Yeah, what?
No, okay, yeah.
No, because if you
Jews don't get freedom of speech because they're bad because they drink the blood of Christian babies. That's stupid bullshit. Nazis should shut up because they think that Jews drink the blood of Christian babies. They should shut up.
But
that's different.
Mandating people to shut up is, I find, problematic.
And I don't want to mandate people shut up. I'm just saying I'm not going to help if someone else mandates they get shut up.
But that's mandated
I'm just not helping.
But the place that is the ACLU, the place that is, we just help people told by the government not to shut the fuck up. Alls we do, if they start being like, well, but you can tell them to shut up, they're going to have a hell of a time on the next court case when they're like, well, you were silent during the Nazi trial. What about now?
If the U.S. government, if you're nice to Nazis, they'll definitely remember that and be nice to you when you're nice to communists. I understand that you could be called a hypocrite for that, but that doesn't matter.
No, it's not about getting, like, you've written into law. Because usually when they're defending something, it's because the government is trying to pass a law for some shit. So if they're trying to pass a law saying this group of people can't speak these words or people can't say this, then it's very easy to say, while you're at it, also this and this.
Yeah, but...
That's the problem I have personally.
Which is why it's bad that the Capitol riots are going to result in more anti-terrorism laws, because here's the reason
they totally are.
Here's the reason I don't agree with you. Now, here's the thing.
Terrorists?
The anti-terrorism laws are there already, and they're just not going to use them on the Capitol terrorist type people. And, leftist protesters are going to continue to shoot themselves in the back of the head. So there's laws on the books, but then there's people who execute the laws, and the people who execute the laws are never going to execute them in our favor and are always going to be lenient on the bad guys.
Yay, America.
So that's why I'm saying, like, don't bother defending the Nazis, because that, like, if you get a law on the books that enshrines free speech, they will find another legal way to shut down leftist free speech that they will then not apply to the right wing.
It's astonishing that if like, a lot of people, if you stagnate in government, you're gonna get fucked, because the corporations, the bad guys, everybody is always slowly working towards making your life worse,
and they have more than you.
Yeah. So if you ever slow the fuck down, if the government ever slows down, it's like, well, let's just try and keep things here for a while. No, you're just gonna get your tits fucked for a while.
But the thing, people keep talking about, like, well, if you live in a socialist society, what's to stop people from deciding, like, what if people don't keep an eye on the government and it gets out of hand? And the answer is this: in every situation, yeah, you all gotta be engaged and really ready to get them. You gotta be ready to get them. And no matter who technically owns everything, if you're not ready to band together and get the one guy who thinks he's better than you, then you're fucked. Everyone's always like, if you believe in a stateless society, what's to stop the people from deciding that they want to, have wage labor and property and a state? What if they just decide to go back to that? Yeah, they might do that, and that's what we've done. So can we undo it? It sucks.
Capitalism is recent. A lot of people don't realize. They're like, no, it's just been capitalism, right? No, I mean, 1950s. That was fucking socialism. Everybody was in a union.
No, it wasn't.
Everybody made like, if we tried to pass the same standards we had in yeah, he just called me too. We're on a podcast, buddy. If we tried to pass the same standard of living, just the same, not better, not worse, the same standard of living we had in the 1950s.
The New Deal.
If we tried to do that, it would be touted as socialism. Everybody would be like, "How fucking dare you? What, you want a fast food person to make a living?" Because in the golden age that you always refer to, people who worked at McDonald's had kids and a wife,
yeah.
And they did and a car, and they did fine, and America was good, and there were no billionaires.
Yeah.
That was the big difference, is that a few guys had $100 million, and they were like, this is pretty great.
That, by the way, that's not sustainable, though. You can't just go to the 50s and stick there. Because if you go to the 50s, it's still capitalism, and the privatization will happen, and we'll get back to here.
Yeah, but it'd be nice to go back.
It'd be good.
Just give me a few years at it. Give me a few years.
Well, I'm going to quote Lord of the Rings, where Frodo says, like, I wish I'd never, I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish I didn't have to deal with all this shit. And Gandalf is like, so do all who live to see such times. So, like, everybody wants to live in the era right before the collapse. And we might, but, it's starting.
The collapse?
Yeah.
Well,
this country's infrastructure will be done by the time... Either it goes soon and we're dead because of it, or as we get to like 80 and we're about to die, it'll be like the U.S. government can't control the continent.
So that's why you pay your minimum on your student loans. Because you're like, well, this government won't be around enough to...
it's all going to... what's happening in Texas, give it a couple decades. It'll be happening where you are.
Well, Flint still doesn't have fucking clean water.
Yeah. So basically, the way that... The insanely bad shit that happens to minorities and poor people in this country,
it's not going to stop there.
No, the floor is coming up, or rather, the floor is rapidly falling out.
Yeah, you're going to be down there in a second, unless you help those around you. But that doesn't work, because literally the golden age that everybody talks about, when it was like Republicans ruled the earth like dinosaurs, and everybody was a goddamn whatever the fuck. But fucking, people had a standard of living. People had nuclear fucking families.
People forget that every time there's been prosperity in America, the government has put in place economic policies that make it happen.
to specifically make it so poor people don't exist, because people can't get too rich.
And that's good for everybody.
Because they go to people, they go to the fucking boss of people, and they're like, hey, you need to pay your workers a living wage. Fucking, that's the end of it. And then... what corporations do is they're like, okay, we'll pay them a living wage until we figure out how to get around the laws you just put together.
Which is why it's bad when the government does it. Because when the government does it, they can just get around it by buying the government. That's why you got to make them do it.
We all just quit working. I would like to form, if this podcast ever gets big enough, to just pick a day and be like, okay, nobody goes into work today.
It's called a general strike, and yeah, we fucking should.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that'd be so great.
Well, let's do it on our Wall Street bets, because apparently that'll fucking work.
That's an example of how a bunch of people with very different political ideologies are all very clear right now that there are elites and they hate you and don't care about you and play by different rules than you.
Yeah.
And we should all get together and talk about it. Because, get them? Everybody wants to get them. There's different people that they think them are, but they know there's a them and they want to get them. And if you were to just realize that it's capitalists and not, minorities or whatever capitalists mean when they say elites.
How are you going to blame poor people for you being poor? I have never understood that. I've never understood the logic.
I guess.
Dude,
I
had it hard. I almost were in the military. That's how bad they got me.
I was never going to do that, but mostly because I don't like rules.
I don't either. That's why I didn't. Because I was fucking halfway there, and I kept being like, all right, but why are we doing this? And they're like, you can't ask that. And I'm like, I can't ask why? And they're like, yeah, you have an attitude problem. And I'm like, fuck. Yeah, my attitude now is fuck you.
I'm going to join the German military where you're illegally allowed to tell your superiors to fuck off. Because it went bad that one time.
Awesome.
There's a lot of laws in Germany, like protections for insubordination.
You can absolutely say, in America, absolutely not. You cannot ask questions. I didn't say I wasn't going to do it. I asked, why are we doing this? And they said,
you're not supposed to.
You have an attitude problem. I had to talk to the fucking guy who runs the ROTC for the Air Force for like 8 colleges. I had to go in front of him, and he's like, seems like you have an attitude problem. I'm like,
seems like I'm not a good fit for this.
I ask why. And he's like, yeah, knock it off. And I'm like, no. And he's like, that's the attitude problem right there. And I'm like, do you see what's happening right now?
Sir, I think you have an attitude problem.
I'm 18 and you're gaslighting me. Like, this is wild, dude.
Yeah, that's called military recruiters.
Yeah. But, I mean, fucking Germany did it wrong a bunch, and then did it right.
No, that's why America's bad, because we were about to do it wrong, super fucking wrong. We were almost fascist, and then Germany did it. And then we had to go fight them for other reasons, not because we disagreed with them. So now we think Nazis are bad, but we're going to do Nazis but call them something different. And people are going to call me Nazis because I would like the government to.
Oh, no, dude, we have camps right now. You think that.
Yeah, no, it's happening.
Yeah, there are fucking literal kids in cages. We're not, I mean.
It's a good thing Biden's going to end that soon.
He's already walking it back. Goddamn.
So many fucking people
what benefit? What benefit is there for doing that?
I mean, if we admit that they're allowed to be here, then we admit that borders are stupid. That's what it is. Even the people who are like, well, we should have a border, but we should let everybody in. Okay, so the border is just an imaginary fucking thing that we're America and there's some other type of thing. You're all saying, do fucking acid, by the way, everybody. Because you know you're the same type of stuff as everybody.
Fucking great.
I'm such a type of guy.
You would be fucking, not Rush Limbaugh, he's dead. Who's the guy who's...
Alex Jones?
Mad Cow? Man Cow?
Man Cow? There's a Man Cow on Chicago
yeah.
Radio.
If you ever got your own radio station, it's just Man Cow it up.
I am the light side of all right wing freaks. Approachable Alex Jones. Best compliment I've ever received.
Who said that?
Someone at a stand up thing. I did an open mic, and then someone nudged Tyler, not knowing that Tyler and I knew each other, and goes, "This guy's like an approachable Alex Jones." And Tyler was like, "I need to tell you what someone said about you."
Hilarious. That's so fucking great.
It was my set about how, like, the government's not lizard people, but aren't they, though?
I feel like they're not, but...
They're not, but it's a good metaphor for what they are. Except for the royal family of England. They're actually lizards.
No, because lizard dick can't fuck kids. I don't know.
Boy, I wish it were true. But if I know anything about
lizard dick can't melt steel beams.
the
That's
ruling
what I should have
class,
said.
lizard dick can't melt steel beams.
That's the one.
T-shirt.
Ooh, or title of the episode. Either or.
But, I mean, they both represent that, my brain and this podcast are becoming a soup of vague anti-authoritarianism and insanity.
I gotta show you how easy it is to make a t-shirt so you can get high and just pump out
Just
some
make
t-shirts. It's so fucking easy. I'll show you. But we should wrap this up. It's like hour and 20.
All right. Yeah, check the description of the YouTube or the podcast description or whatever for people you should send money to in Texas.
Yeah, donate and also because
And if you see Ted Cruz, or any senator, don't do something bad to them.
because in a good society where everything is working right and poor people are the problem, you have to donate money to give people power.
Yeah, this won't fix anything long term, but someone might get a hot meal, so that's good, and you'll feel good,
and you get to feel good,
and it'll remind you that you can have a good effect on the world by being good to the people around you.
There's nothing,
and
like
if you do that enough, and you parody enough senators, we'll be golden.
There's nothing like a warm heart mid-apocalypse.
Yeah,
feels good.
That's all you can have.
Fucking buy our shirts if you're not going to donate to. If you hate Texas, which is a stance you can take in this,
donate to Texas before you buy the shirts, please.
No.
If you only have $15, donate it to Texas.
I disagree. I think donate specifically to Austin, Texas, and the rest of them can eat a dick.
Okay, compromise. Everybody buy our shirts. Send them to Texas.
they need
chilly.
clothes.
Do we have long
There's
sleeves?
long sleeves.
We
yeah.
have long sleeves. Okay.
Baseball tees. They'd love them.
What? So a third of their arms are still going to be frozen?
I think there's also just normal long sleeves.
Sorry, Texas, you're getting our Super Bowl loser T-shirts.
It says it's just bonks.
Yeah, we printed these wrong, so we figured we'd give them to a third world country.
Texas.
Honestly, again, sorry guys, I'm not doing that thing where it's like you voted for it, so you deserve to die. Like,
if your stance is fuck Texas, that's a fine stance to have. Buy our shirts instead. But donate.
Yeah,
Texas.
I mean, if you voted for Ted Cruz, I hope you don't die, but I hope you go to his house.
The part of Texas that you're saying fuck you to is not the part that's getting the money.
I mean, fuck Ted Cruz and Rick Perry, mainly.
The guys in the mansions in Texas that put Bush in office, they're not getting the fucking hot meal that you're donating. Don't worry about that.
No, they've got the hot meal.
Yeah, they're going to be okay.
I checked. I follow the right people on Twitter.
To make sure that the rich people are still okay.
No,
you just follow a Twitter account that posts pictures of giant houses and like they're still doing good.
No, I follow a number of journalists who are reliable about this money will go to the people who need it.
How mad do you get every time you see an empty 16-room house?
Unbelievably. There are more empty homes in America than homeless people.
No, homeless. That's
yeah,
true.
property's good.
That's oof, big oof, America.
Don't tell the owner of this house what I said.
They have an empty house right now.
Yeah, but we're in it.
No, the other one.
I'm gonna have a tough time at the wedding.
Oh yeah, it's a big boy. I keep poor people. Just get yourself out of poverty. That's how you do it.
If I can't drink anything before the best man speech because I will do like, yeah, Connor and Kylie are great. This side, by the way, bride's side.
There's like one rich person on my dad's side, so him too. He got rich on telemarketing. It's awesome.
That sounds like I'm gonna assume he did it through work. So I'm not mad about
he
it.
essentially .com bubbled. No, he owned a business, and then
you're not allowed to do that.
Got rich at telemarketing, and then got out just a little too late. Right when they passed all those laws, he was like, "Oh fuck, I'm going to sell this company," and he sold it for like half of what it's worth, but
still good money.
Yeah.
Well, if you own a tech company and got lots of money, but not as much as you could for it,
buy our shirt, donate to
Texas. Give it to the people in Texas.
Unless your stance is fuck Texas, which is a perfectly fine stance to have.
Yeah, whatever. I used to like Austin, but I don't even like it there now because I bet they drink 0.5 IPAs.
I guarantee they fucking do too. All right, bye. Well, it's just bits.